In one of my college classes, the teaching assistant was a blind man. When he was 17 years old, a motor blew up in his face, leaving him sightless. In a class activity, we were asked to rotate through the classroom and answer a deep personal question for 3 minutes. I was seated across from this blind man. The 3 minutes began and I was supposed to tell this man someone influential in my life. I didn't know how to begin, so I just jumped in. I told him about how you can read my grandfather's life on the map of his hands, how the rivers of lines are permanently stained with oil attesting to a long life of hard work, how he smells of black coffee and tickles me with his mustache when he hugs me, and his storytelling is the legacy that lives through his grandchildren. I told the blind man of my best friend with mermaid hair and a sparkling princess smile. To know her is to have a role in a fairy tale. I told him of her effervescent joy and radiant presence. I told this blind stranger of the people who touched my life as best I could in 3 minutes. He grabbed my hand, and in his own way, that's how he looked deep into my soul and said, "Do they know?" I laughed. He asked again, "Do they know what they mean to you?" I couldn't believe that this stranger was telling me to love my own people better. He said, "You've described them so beautifully, but I don't think they've ever heard that about themselves." That statement changed my life. I got working. On my 18th birthday, I wrote everyone close to me in my life a "thank you for changing me" card. They had to know that they were the reason I was celebrating another year as the person I was. Each part of me is a little bit of God that was shown to me by one of his children. What if I lived on my life patched up with all these beautiful pieces of beautiful people, and I only pointed to myself and not to the inspiring contributors? When I was thinking of what to speak on for this talk, I had no idea. Should I tell the world that disabilities, which is something we call when things are not like ourselves, are actually just superpowers in disguise? Because if we saw all the beauty and power in these individuals, then it would be too much for us mortals. It would be like seeing the face of God that we could not attain. Or should I speak of the beauty of writing, finding your voice, and conquering your fears of inferiority? Should I proclaim the good news of the gospel that I have sacrificed my life for? Should I speak on utilizing social media for good? Should I rant about the power of words, the importance of history, and the beauty of literature? Should I recite poems that confirm that we are most like the Creator when we ourselves are creating? There are hundreds of things I love. I am mediocre at many and a professional in none. I have a million and none things to say. But then I realized all of these things are saying the same thing. No venture or passion or gift is as great and necessary as being an inspirer. Hear me out, hold on. To be inspiring is lovely. It's quaint and adorable, but it is not enough. Poets have been inspiring for generations, but I do not merely want to inspire through my writings, saying, "Oh, you like that? Then please read more of my work." But I want to inspire through my whole life, saying, "Oh, you like that idea? Then please go on, move forward, create your own ideas, follow your own predestinated path, and inspire the next to do so as well." I have not always been an inspirer. People have not always been my mission, but I have spent long enough in vanity and selfishness to know that those are fruitless pursuits. In fact, I'm not even sure if I myself am an inspirer. There are days that go by where I'm not even sure if I have anything to bring to better the world. But I know that even if I have nothing, I can encourage the ones who do. I can ask them to create. I can make sure that they are not afraid to speak and to be heard. I heard from a coach that everyone has different strengths and you cannot conform everyone to the same standards. As Einstein said, you cannot judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree. Rather, you cultivate each to bloom in their best selves, in the soil that fits their roots, in a climate that complements their growth. Yes, I've learned all these things, but this is more of a pep talk for me than even to you. Often, I forget to practice what I preach. This is less of a be better speech than it is a just be speech. Be present, open your eyes, learn what there is to learn around you and embrace it. Replace your mirror with a window and place a candle on the sill so the passerby can know that you are there and willing to be a refuge. The only thing you take with you is your character. Your purpose is here and now. Yes, you must have goals and dreams, but do not miss the foundation being built at this moment. Envision the way the roof will look. Yes, that is lovely. But the roof is nothing without the walls, and the walls nothing without the solid ground. And don't fail to scaffold the skeleton that your future will be built around, and enjoy the beauty of the steps propelling you towards what is to be. I warn you now, being an inspirer is not a glamorous job. I bet you didn't even realize it was a position until this talk. This is a job that goes unnoticed but not unfulfilled. It happens in the lowliest places of learning, hard work, and tears. It means sacrifice, it means humility, and it means grace. For Pete's sake, I wrote this talk in a notepad balanced over a Captain Underpants book because my students were studying plotline, and that was the first story they brought up. Of course, I have a volume in my personal library, and I would rather pull out The Terrifying Return of Tippy Tinkle-Trousers than Macbeth, if that is what sparks and inspires them. I am proud of all your accomplishments and how far you have come, because I know it has not been easy. But look around you. Whose shoulders have you climbed on to see this wonderful world that you live in? And who are those around you who could benefit from a better vantage point if you lifted them up as well? People have watered you. How will you water people?